What's up guys, welcome back to another video. And in this video let's talk about bringing Stripe inside your Flutter applications. Now some of you might wonder why I'm making this video again, since I just made this video like 1 month back, and here this is the video that's being recommended by Google. Why I'm making this video again? The thing is, the Stripe payment plugin that I used in that particular video is now discontinued, as you can see on their plugin page here, and they're asking us to use this Flutter Stripe plugin. So many of you guys were asking me to update that particular video with this plugin, and hence I decided to make a new video on that. Besides, that video was more like using Stripe Connect, specifically using Stripe Connect to like act as an intermediary and get payments for vendors who are registered on your application from the end user. Anyway, that was like using Stripe Connect, guys. This video is more about getting payments directly into your account for products that you sell on your applications. So how do we do this? Let's get started and see how to do this inside your Flutter applications. Before we get into the app itself, the app that I've been working on for the past few months, it's in the fintech vertical, and it's out, guys. Kindly check the link in the description if you would want to like have a look at it. It's now available only in UK, but soon we'll be expanding into Europe, Canada, and other countries as well. So yeah, let's get started, guys. First of all, I have created a blank Flutter application here, as you can see. Fine. Now we just have a blank app. There's nothing fancy in this. Let's get into pubspec.yaml and then install a couple of plugins that we'll be using. One, as usual, is the Flutter. The other one is the HTTP. Now mind that there is some steps that you need to take in order to make this plugin work right now. So I'll show you those exact steps. You don't need to, it's not difficult or something, it's pretty much easy. So I'll show you those exact steps. Just get into Android, get into the build Gradle here. Okay, there are two build Gradles. One is inside the app, the other one is outside the app directory. I'm getting into the build Gradle, which is outside the app directory. And then here there is this ext Kotlin version, right? Give the version that I'm giving now. Save this and then open the app directory. There is another build Gradle file here, right? Click on it. Scroll down. There will be something called min SDK version. Here just change it from 16 to 21. Save this and then get into source, main, Android manifest.xml. Here just ensure that there will be something called embedding. Wait. Yeah, this one, Flutter embedding Android value to ensure that these two lines are there. And then get into Kotlin main activity.kt. Here what we are going to be using is a Flutter fragment activity. So we need to like do a couple of do an import for that, as well as change. Save this. Now get back to main. Let's write some code. We'll first create a file, new file, dashboard page dart, and then inside this can be a stateful widget, and then go to main.dart. Here give our cool. Now what you need to do is there's one more step. You need to set the key. To get the key, just go to your Stripe dashboard. You need to have a Stripe account. It doesn't have to be a activated account. If you are like using live data, you need to have an activated account. Just enable test data. Okay, for now let's just enable test data. There is something called a publishable key and a secret key, right? Click on the publishable key. It's copied. Now go back into your application, and then before this run app, just give stripe.publishable. Fine. This is now added. Let's get back into dashboard page. What we'll have is like a button right in the center of the page. There will be a button, and assume that the user has already bought something. Maybe he has bought a t-shirt from your application, and after the purchase he just needs to tap on the button to complete the purchase, to like pay for that particular t-shirt. Assume that that's the scenario here. So we'll just have a button, elevated button. I don't know why they changed it from raised button to elevated button. On pressed on pressed. This is where we'll be calling our actual thing that does the payment for us, and then this will have a child text. I don't know, pay amount, maybe pay amount. Fine. Now we just have a button right in the center, and tapping on this button we should be able to pay for our purchase. So what we'll do is the payment intent that will actually do the payment for us, we can't have it right on the mobile application, right? We need to like have a server which will be calling. It should be a secure server which will be calling, and then that server will be returning a payment intent using which you can complete the purchase. So what we'll do is write some code for that. First of all, get into your terminal, and then I already have Firebase CLI installed on this machine, guys, so I'm just giving Firebase init. If you don't have Firebase CLI, kindly install that Firebase command line interface as well, and then give Firebase init. It will automatically initialize the project for you. What I'm going to be doing is writing the application inside this and then hosting it on Firebase Cloud Functions, so that I can make a HTTP call, simple HTTP call to that particular function, and it will return me that response. If you are currently using any other hosting platform to host your Node.js applications, you can make use of that. You don't need to you can ignore this step at all. I'm just showing it with Firebase, that's it. So I just need functions, give space once, hit enter. Okay, let this install my dependencies. Meanwhile, I'll go ahead and write a function here. This function will be the one that I'll be using to make my payment. So future void. If you are writing a production application, a real application, kindly move this function to a service file. Okay, don't do this directly on the UI side. This is the screen, that's it. Okay, make payment async, and we'll call that here as well. Now once it's done, we'll be getting an URL which we can use to call from here. So final URL equals URI.parse. This would be that particular URL. Okay, it's done. Now what you need to do is just get into functions directory, and then we need to install Stripe in order to use it here. npm install Stripe save. Fine. Now this will install Stripe to our project. Once that is done, let it get done. I'll show you guys. Yeah, just give code. Before starting to write code, there is one more configuration that you need to set, guys. Just get into your dashboard once again, reveal the secret key, and then what you need to do is just type in this command, Firebase functions. If you are using Firebase, once again, config set stripe dot test key equals, give this key, and then hit enter. This will automatically set your key, Firebase test key. Fine, this is done, right? Now let's just get back into our code. Here you need to, it's just a simple function, constant stripe equals require stripe functions.config.stripe.test key. Fine. The next thing is exports.stripe payment equals functions.https.onRequest. On request, this will obviously be a function. This will be an async function. Request response, and then inside this const payment intent, I'm just creating a payment intent equals await stripe dot payment intents dot create create amount. This is where you can give the amount. Either you can pass in the amount in your request. For now I'll just hard code it 1999, and then currency, this will be just USD. Fine. And then after this I'll just give a comma here so that I can handle the function error payment intent. Inside this I'll just give if error not equals null, then console.log error, so that I can view what's the error. Else response.json, I'm sending a payment intent dot client underscore secret. Now the thing is, here you can even like pass information regarding the customer. There's a lot of stuff you can like pass in while creating the payment intent in order to identify the customer when he visits next time, so that checking out process would be way easier, guys. Stripe is not just like a payment gateway. It has an entire ecosystem that will make your app look far better whenever the user is trying to make a purchase through your app. If you want, I'll just explain all of those in different videos in the future. It's a lot of fun, guys, trust me. I used Stripe especially for one client and I really enjoyed using it. That's why I'm saying this. Anyway, let's get back to the work here. So yeah, this is all that you need to do. This will create a payment intent for this amount 1999, and then like it'll return this response. This response will have nothing but the payment intent, which is nothing but it's a key value pair, and it contains the client secret. Using this we can confirm the payment on the mobile, on the Flutter app side. Okay, first let's just deploy this. I think I'm confusing you a little bit. If you see it in action, you will know this, guys. So let's just deploy Firebase deploy only functions. Alright, guys, now you can see that this has been created for us. Now just get into the dashboard here. Why is it showing in the error? Probably just need to refresh. Yeah, now it's fine. Just copy this. This is the URL that we want. Copy this and simply paste. Okay, paste it here. Now if you directly make a GET request to this particular URL, nothing would happen. Since this is a secure URL, it won't allow us to like make a request to this URL. So what we need to do is now Google Cloud Console. There will be something like this. Just get in there. Okay, this is the one, Google Cloud Console. Once this opens up, choose your project, and then when your project is chosen, it will show exactly how many functions are in the project, so that you can click on that and go to that. I'll show everything, guys. Just give me a minute here. Give me a second here. Here you can see that there is cloud functions and one function, right? That is our Stripe payment function. Just click on that. Alright, this is our thing, right? Just select this, and then what you need to do is, once you select this, there will be this permissions. Click on permissions. Here in the submenu that opens here to the right of your window, just choose add member. And here just give all users. There is an option, right? Just click on that. Select a role. Here go to cloud functions invoker, click on that and then save. If you save this, it will ask you, give you a warning, allow public access. Here you can see that once this is done, here you can see that it's showing allow unauthenticated, right? It will close this. Yeah, now you can see that it's allowing. So this is how you allow access to this particular function. But if you are using Firebase and if you are using the app in production, don't do this. Kindly don't do this. This is dangerous. Okay. Anyone writing a GET request can now like make use of this function. That's why I'm repeatedly saying don't do this. Now we have this. Okay, we have the URL. Let's just get into our app and then continue with what we are doing here. Final URL, final response equals await http dot, oh, http we didn't, http dot get URL, sorry, URL null safety, payment intent data json dot decode response dot body. Fine. Now await stripe dot instance dot init payment. What we'll be making use of this, what we'll be making use of in this particular approach is something called a payment sheet, guys. There is a lot of stuff you can do to like collect payment from users, but this is one of you can use the inbuilt UI. The plugin itself provides an inbuilt UI called payment sheet, guys. We can make use of the init payment sheet, present payment sheet, right? That's what we are going to be doing in this particular approach. So init payment sheet, I'm just getting it ready. Init payment sheet, and then there is like a bunch of options that you can give here. Oh, Stripe. Fine. The bunch of options is payment sheet parameters, setup payment sheet parameters. These are all just options that you can give when you initialize your payment sheet, guys. Nothing fancy in this. There is a lot of other options. Play around with these options when you try it out. Let's just go with the core of the video. If we just keep on like taking the side tracks, merchant, there's a lot of options. I'll just give a few, maybe merchant country code, US, and then you can like give a merchant name. I think merchant display name Raja. Okay. Yeah, there are like a lot of options that you can make use of while setting up the payment sheet. This is once again null safety. There's a possibility that this might be null, so we need to give this. Fine. Now after this is done, just set state and simply display that sheet that we just initialized, this initial sheet. That's the next thing, right? If you notice here, present payment sheet, that's what we are going to do. Async simple try catch paradigm, await stripe dot instance dot, once again present, oh, the try will be forever showing an error until I write a catch. Yeah, present payment sheet. Here the parameters would be similar, just like we gave there, set a payment sheet parameters. Similarly, this will be like present payment sheet parameters. I think present payment sheet parameters, and this will once again take in some values. Here is where you give you remember the intent that we got from the server. So client secret payment intent data, right? What was that? And then confirm payment, just give true. Fine, this will, okay, that is once again null safety. Fine. After this is done, just give set state. Why are we repeatedly setting the state after everything is done? Because we are not like anyway, yeah. Then just inside this, just give payment intent. Once this is done, we can just make that null, right? Since this payment is done, we don't need that again. When the user taps on pay amount button again, another payment intent will be created, and that is what we'll be using to make use of, that is what we'll be using to make the next payment. Okay, so this can be switched to null as soon as the payment is done. If the payment is not done, what will happen? You might ask me, right? That is why we have this catch block which will catch the error and just print it on the console. That's it. I hope you understand, guys. We are simply having a button here, and inside that button the pay amount is written, and once you click on this button, what happens is it will call this make payment function. Make payment function will simply call this particular URL. That URL is the one that we wrote the server code on, and we hosted it on Firebase Cloud Functions. What it will return is the payment intent. It will create a payment intent with a particular amount, and it will return the client secret. What I'll do is I'll simply make use of the client secret to initialize a payment sheet, and then present the payment sheet here in order to confirm the payment. We need to get the details from the user, right? Say for instance the user is paying with his card. We need to get the card details from the user, right? That's what this payment sheet is going to do for us. And once the user clicks on pay amount, it will automatically make the payment, and we can see the payment getting credited inside our Stripe account. That's exactly what's going to happen. Let's see this entire thing in action. It's pretty much easy, guys. Let's see this entire thing in action. Alright, guys, now that the app is installed, let's just go ahead and check it out. If we tap on pay amount, now it should simply we actually don't have anything that says that the payment is successful here, right? Fine, let's just save this. Now if the payment is successful, we'll see a snack bar showing paid successfully. If not, this error will be printed out on the console, right? Let's just go ahead and click on pay amount and see what actually happens. I have been talking too much, I guess. I just tapped on it. Wow, you see this payment sheet, right? So this is the payment sheet that I have been talking about, guys. This is the payment sheet. Now the intent has actually been created, and then the payment sheet has been initialized here, like we saw. Where is it? The initialization, the payment sheet has been initialized, and then the next step is displaying that payment sheet, which is what's happening here. Now notice that we haven't mentioned the amount anywhere inside the Flutter app, right? But here the amount is given there, pay 19.99. On the app you can see that pay 99. Let me give the card details. I'll give a fake card. See, you can see pay 19.99, right? We didn't give the amount anywhere here, right? But the amount was given in the amount was given here, 19.99. So it automatically created an intent here as soon as we tapped on the payment button, and this intent was sent as a response. What happened was that intent was that response was captured here and fed into the payment intent data. The next thing that happened was the payment sheet was initialized, and the payment sheet is displayed. Now let's just tap on pay 19.99 and see what happens. Processing. Paid successfully. Cool, right? So now it has been paid. How do we confirm this? Let's just go ahead and check our Stripe dashboard. We should see this payment now getting reflected in a second or something, right? See, you can see that 19.99. This is the payment that we just made, right? Now we can obviously get into payments, see all the details. We just gave, what was the zip that we gave? 98101, I think, and the country was US. See all that, you can see this here, right? Card number 4242, the one that we just gave, and it's 252. I paid it at 249 like 3 minutes back, and payment succeeded, as you can see here, and the 98101, the zip code that I gave. So this is our payment, guys. As you can see here, this is our payment, and it has been received inside our Stripe dashboard. So this is how you can like provide a way for the users to pay inside your pay for products that they purchase inside your Flutter applications. Don't do the creation of payment intent part on the mobile app on Flutter side. That's like risky. Always use a secure server and then make a call from the app to your server, create the intent there, and then pass on that intent to create a payment sheet here, and you can like collect the details and confirm the payment. That's like an ideal way. In the forthcoming videos, if you like, the payment sheet is just one method of receiving payments, guys. There are like a lot of other ways you can like get the details and then confirm payments as well. There's also Apple Pay, Google Pay. Stripe is an entire ecosystem, guys. You can pay using a lot of ways for the products that you purchase inside your mobile applications. If you are interested, I'll show all of those in the forthcoming videos as well. So this is exactly what I wanted to show you guys today. Hope this video was helpful to you guys. As you can see here, now we have the payment sheet, right? This is exactly what I wanted to show you guys. Hope this video was helpful. If you found this video helpful, kindly share it with someone and help them too. If you really like what I'm doing on this channel, kindly hit the like button, guys. It will help me a lot. And if you are stuck somewhere, kindly drop a comment and I'll try to help you out. This is what I wanted to share with you guys today. And if you like what I'm doing on this channel, kindly hit the subscribe button, guys. Subscribe to my channel. It's free, right? Just hit the subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.